Welcome to the world of programming. If you're a beginner who want to learn the basics of programming or an expert who want to sharpen your skills, you have come to the right place. This YouTube channel is dedicated to providing you with the latest trend, tips, techniques, and best practices to help you become a coding master. Hi, I am Ayush and today we are going to make a to-do app by using JavaScript. So let's get started. So now for making a to-do app, we need a database system. For that we can use mysql, we can use nosql, we can use looker storage, we can use session storage, or even we can use file based database system, which we are going to use to make this project. Okay, so we are going to use file based database system to make this project. For that I'm going to just open it with code. Okay, so open it with code. Now we are going to just here I'm going to just run some basic functions here, and for that let me just run like npm I and express. I'm going to install the express here, hbs, and let me press enter. Okay, so let us wait a while. Okay, that's done. Next thing, we are going to make an index.js file. Okay, and here we are going to use the basic functions. So let me just import all the modules. Okay, so let me just import all the modules here. First we are going to import the express. For that we need require. Okay, let's return this. So let us required express. After that const path is equal to required path. After that we need the hbs, and for that hbs, and after that's done we need to use const file system. For that fs, so let's take required fs, and that's done. Now let's make the basic functions here. So let's take the basic functions, and after that let's make the first function. So the first function is going to be like create db function. Okay, the function so takes the name of, okay, will be name of the database. Okay, we need the name of the database here first. So let me just save this one. So now we are going to make the function here. So for making the function, let's say function create db, and let's make the function. We are going to take the name of the database here, and after that we need to check is it string or not. So for checking the validity of the name, we need to say like type of name is equal to string or not. If it's string, what we are going to do is the further process. Okay, further process, or if not it will. Okay, here, and then close it at this. Now suppose if it's not, then what we are going to do, we are going to just say we are going to log out an error here. So for that, new error, invalid name. After that, let's say in the further process we are going to use fs to create a database. For that we are going to create a file base, because we are making a file based database. So for that we need to create a directory. So mkdir is make directory, and I'm going to use a synchronous function making that, and then the path. For that we need path dot join underscore did name. And let me just tell you about one thing here. So suppose if I save it and go control comma, and let me show you font ligatures. So for that, if you go here font ligatures, click on edit, and here it is false, set it to true. Save it, go back. Now you can see that the dashes do not have any kind of space. Okay, so yeah, that's a kind of thing that you can gain by using the code ligatures. And if you give the triple equal to, then it's like this. Okay, so only double I'm going to give. Okay, next thing we are going to pass the name here, and after that's done, okay, so let's see. we are having this thing here. Now suppose if there is some error, so we are going to use a try block to avoid errors, and we are also going to use a catch here, and we are going to catch an error. If suppose there is some error, then we are going to check if err dot code is equal to like exist means exist. Means suppose if the directory already exists, then how we are going to create one more. So suppose if there is some kind of that error, then we are going to like return false. Okay, and yeah, that's all done. So let us just save it. And one more thing I want to do is we are going to make it as a module. For making it as a module, we need to add CJS instead of the JS. So let's press enter now. And at the down means the bottom of the document, we are going to use the module dot exports dot, okay, let's say the create db is equal to the create db. Save it. Now we are going to make a test.js for testing our app. Now here I'm going to use like const, and then we are going to take the create db here. Create db is equal to require, we are going to take the index.cjs here. After that we are going to run that function here, my db, and let me save this and run my project here, nodemon text.js, and that's done. You can see our my db screen. Now let's make the second function, and that's going to be inserting our that. So let's insert it. So let's say function insert json data. Okay, so in this we are going to take the database name. Okay, so let's take the database underscore name, then we are going to take the name, and then we are going to take the data that we want to insert, and that's all. So let's make it. For that we are going to just make a try block here, and the try block we are going to say, okay, so we are going to say like fs dot write file sync, and in the write file sync we are going to just do like this. We are going to give the path for that database name, means that inside the database we are going to create a file with the name of the means the name parameter dot json file we are going to make, and the second parameter is the data that we want to means give. So for that we need json dot stringify, and then we are going to stringify the data into a string, so obj. Okay, that's done. Now suppose if we catch any error here also, then we are going to just say return false. Now let me save that here, and let me just export it here as well. So module dot exports dot, let's say we, okay, so insert json data is equal to insert json data. Okay, insert json data. Let me say save this here, go back here, and let us say, let us take that function here. So let's take insert json data, and let's use this function here. So the name of the database is mydb, and then the name of the record is record 1, suppose. Then we are going to give the name. We are just simply giving a sample object here, name I use. Okay, so let me save this. Now you can see it's means one. Okay, so it's like repeating the process of creating a single file. So you can see name I use is there. Okay, like cut this. Okay, that means working a lot of time. So why is that happening? So here's I got a response from github.com that why is that means why is that happening. So I just get a response of Remy, who is the owner of the of this repository node mon, and he says that we need to use extjs with the node mon. To prevent that, for that we need to go here and say like node mon ext, and then we need to use the js here. So say like js, and then we need to pass the test.js. So let us see, is that working? Yeah, that's working now. You can see only one time it's happening. Okay, so that's good. Okay, that's good. Now let us make the next function that is going to be for fetching the data. Okay, so for means the fetching the data, we need a function with the fetch JSON data, then database underscore name, then the name of the file, then yeah, that's all. So let's say, so we are going to make a try block here, and then we are going to say like fs dot, okay, let's take like let data is equal to fs dot read file sign, and let's pass the one more time the same thing, database name here slash the name here, and after that, yeah, that's any more parameter, no, there is option. So okay, let us see is that working. So we are going to just return the data. Okay, then and then we are making a catch here as well. So catch err, and then suppose if there is some error, then we are going to say for return false. Okay, so let us do like that, and let us say fetch, we are going to export that as well. So for exporting, module dot exports dot fetch json data is equal to fetch json data, import that here, and after that we are going to say fetch json data, and the database name is my db, the name of the file is record one. Okay, one more thing we need to do is we need to go here, and instead of the name, with the name we need dot json as well. Okay, because we are having a json file. So now after that, let us console.log this thing here, and let us see is that working or not. So let us say we, yeah, okay, so you are getting a buffer, but we do not need that. So we need to return the data dot to string. Okay, so to string, and let us just do one thing, json dot parse. Let us do that. Okay, now let's go here and let's reload. Now you can see name ayush, this is an object. Okay, so we just made a fetch json data, and now the last thing is delete the file. Okay, so for deleting the file, okay, so what may be the function we are going to use here? So let's say delete file, and then one more time the database name and name. Okay, so let's say like that, and let's say try, and let us do like fs dot, okay, there may be a function for that as well. So let us see. Okay, so we are having a lot of function here. So I think we can use a function. Okay, unlink. Okay, that's there. Here's a function unlink sign. So let's use that here, and we're going to pass the path here. So let's pass the path database name and slash the name dot json. So we are going to do like that, and then the catch err, and then we are going to say return false because we do not want anything. Now we are going to just export this as well. So let's say module dot exports dot delete file is equal to delete file. Let's say here, let's import it here for delete file, and let us see, we will delete the file. First we make the data, make the database, take the data, and then delete the file. Okay, so let's say delete file from my db, and then the name of the file is record one. Okay, let's save this. Now there is no file, as you can see. One more time, if I make this, the data I'm getting, but the moment it's creating, it's deleting as well. Okay, so yeah, that's the reason we are not able to see the file. So let me just close this one here. Now you can see that we just made, okay, let's make one more last function for our to-do list, and that's going to be remove database, and for that we need only the database name. Okay, let's say try and fs dot unlink sign, and then we are going to just do like the database name, and then we are going to just say a catch block here. So we are going to say the err, and we are going to say return false. So that's done. Now we need to export it. So module dot export dot remove database and remove database. So let's save this and let's import that as well. Remove database here, and let's say remove database, and let's give the name of the database my and db, and it should delete that. So let me just say that. Okay, it's not deleting that. So if we say unlink file unwatch, so remove, no. So we are having okay, let us see for a function close option. Okay, so copy file, close, create. So in the mkdir, so remove. Okay, I think this is a function remove dir. So let us save this and let us write this here. No. So let's try for our okay, so let's try this one. Let's go here, save this. Now you can see the folder is deleted. So yeah, so that's all for this video. We just created 5 functions here. The basic functions for our crud means CRUD app. Okay, so we are going to create our database means a to-do list app in our in the previous in the next video by using express and hbs. Okay, so we are going to make a form, and that will take some data, and yeah, we are going to just press enter, and then it will just make that record in our file based database. Okay, so yeah, that's all for this video. Meet you in the next video. Till then, see you.